money. Let's get some money then. All right, you showing up right at time because CTC is gonna come here and actually level my playing field because I had so much slander for this next topic. So we're gonna bring CTC Carl up as we roll into our next segment. What's up, Carl?
What's going on there, brother? What you mean slander?
The crowd had to cheer. What's going on?
Hey, first of all, shout out to y'all for letting me on. Joe just hit me, so we good to go. Secondly, Joe, the Chiefs are 2 games in front of the Bills. The Bills dropped the game against the Rams.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What Joe talking about? Oh, I guess he's saying you think the Bills gonna win out.
Even if they
And
do, the
still,
Chiefs.
They still can't get it. The Chiefs
The
got
Chiefs
lose
just
too.
got to win. Chiefs just got to win what? 2 more games?
Nah, they do. They got to win 2 more games, yeah, because the Bills got the tiebreaker, but they do got to
Yeah.
win 2 more games. They're gonna beat
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, I forgot Josh Allen, the regular season quarterback.
And they play the Texans on Saturday, right?
Yeah,
the
1 o'clock.
Bills.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning that game.
They better win that game. All these close games they keep playing outside of the Browns. It's the only team they embarrassed.
What's going on with y'all, man? Let's get it.
Hey, Carl, great episode earlier today too, man.
Appreciate it. Hey, we 2-0, baby. 6-1 in bowl games since the first bowl game last Saturday.
Hey, I retweeted it on X. I told him, man, if y'all trying to cook up some tickets for these college football playoffs, man, make sure y'all tap into CTC.
Got an underdog winner last night.
See, that's all I'm saying, man. We not guaranteeing the wins, but we letting you know that the wins are here.
Nothing's a lot, but I'm hot right now.
I think CTC need to be called CKC, Carl Knows College. That's what it needs to be called.
at this rate, right?
I know a little something, man.
Now, while I was out, there was a Commander fan that came on, and he had a lot to say about everyone else's team. You know, he had a few things to say about his team too. You know, he's been saying a lot in the NFL chats. Make sure y'all join the chats because expectations are like roller coasters when it comes to certain teams in the chats. But it comes down to this week. We have the NFC East. We have the Commanders that play the Philadelphia Eagles. Every time these two teams have faced off, that Devontae Smith has found a way to make a catch that wasn't a catch, and a lot of Commander fans was like, if it wasn't there, then we would have that. So some would say the Eagles kind of have a mental edge, but then Brian Robinson would say, well, when they were undefeated, I ran the ball 50 times and we won the game. So I don't know with these two teams. They're in my division, but we got to ask, is it a must-win for the Commanders' psyche? Carl?
No. For that psyche, no. You would like to win. You don't want to get swept 2 years in a row, but it's not a must-win. No. I just don't think the Commanders, they have a good team, but it kind of piggyback on what I said Tuesday. The expectations is different. Not only have Philly won because of the whole mental edge, they also had the better team, and they still have the better team this year. So yeah, you want to win. You don't want to get swept by by a divisional foe, but it's not a must win for their psyche. I gotta sneeze. It's not. I'm trying to hurry get it out. but yeah, it's not a must win by any means. You just want to play well. You want to compete. You obviously want to win. But now you could say it's a must win if you still want to try to win a division. Because you lose the game, you're eliminated from winning the division. But if you win, you still got that slight hope that the Eagles lose out. Slight hope, but it, like I said, man. Long story short, it's not a must win.
Yeah, I mean, me and Carl agreed on the last time we talked about the Commanders, and we're not going to disagree here. It's the same exact thing. There's nothing that can go bad if they lose this game. Honestly, it's not like they lose this game and that's their chance of missing the playoffs. I don't think that happens because then they still have to play y'all again. Correct? They play y'all the last game of the season, and then they play the Falcons. Do we really think that that Michael Penix is playing now, but that's a winnable game for them, honestly. And I mean, they're going to get revenge on the Cowboys, I think. But who knows? Who knows? You know, Trayvon Diggs ain't going to be there, so we'll see. We'll see. Come on.
Chill out, my boy. Chill out.
But no, man, I don't think this changes anything for the Commanders. I don't think this injures their psyche or anything or hurts them in any single way. It may hurt them for like division pride because you don't want to get swept by somebody in division. But that's in any division. No one in the division wants to get swept. You think the 49ers want to get swept by the Rams? No, they didn't. But it happened. But I mean, hey, it happens. It happens. What hurts more is that we don't have the opportunities to win the division or make the playoffs. That's what hurts more. Now the Commanders are not in that position to where they can lose. They can miss the playoffs by just losing this game because they still have 2 other games that they can definitely win for sure. And honestly, if they win one of those 2 games, then they're good. Because it's not that many. Not they have if you look at it, they have a tiebreak against the Cardinals. So I mean, if the Cardinals end up with the same record, the Cardinals not going to be in there. It's going to be them. I just don't see it. I don't see this as a big thing for them. Now it may be opposite for the Eagles, possibly, maybe, only because of how great they've been playing so far. But then again, you can probably say that it's not because you would want to lose now and not lose a game in the playoffs because they're on a 10-game win streak. And you look at the Lions; they were just on an 11-game win streak and they just lost. So I don't think I don't think this hurts the Commanders in any single way as far as this cycle. They don't have any Super Bowl expectations. They don't have any NFC championship expectations. They have a playoff expectations, of course, now, but that wasn't there before the season started. Before the season started, people just thought that they were going to maybe be an 8-9 team, 7-10, somewhere around that range. But no one thought they would be in this position right now. So they should be excited that they have an opportunity to make the playoffs for the first time since 2020.
Lie! I know exactly who that's for.
You guys, man. Look, us analysts probably didn't think that the Commanders will make the playoffs. There's an NFC panel somewhere right now where 2 fans were saying they were going to be second or win the division.
There's one. Who was the second?
Mark said they was making the playoffs, and Decorey said they was going to make the playoffs.
Decorey
told me. I got y'all. Decorey told me that this season was going to come down to the Cowboys and the Commanders playing for that 7th seed, and they were going to win and make it. And I've been living and holding on to that every week because, Dave,
it's coming down to it. It's crazy.
If we beat the Bucks and they lose to the Eagles and the Falcons, the Cowboys find a way to make that week 18 game very, very interesting for that 7th seed.
You're right. Dang, Tomo. You know what? You're right. Go ahead. Do your thing. Go ahead.
Tomo, you co-praise, but y'all not beating the Bucks. I'm sorry.
Hey. I said if. I never said we was. If we lose, it is what it is. But for this segment, let me live in my la-la land.
Do your thing.
I'm gonna let you cook.
So while the question is this a must-win for the Commander psyche? I'm gonna say for the players, probably not. For the fan base, yes, because they need this win so they can talk more trash to the Eagles, and of course, they can be like, yeah, we actually have a lock to probably win the division, and we ain't got to worry about the Cowboys game, so on and so forth. But if they lose, now everybody's starting to look back and say, well, can we actually beat the Falcons? Because they got a new quarterback now. They thought they was playing Kirk Cousins. Michael Penix might actually give them some go. Then you also got to look at the defense with the Cowboys, and Michael Parsons is going to take that game personal because it is in Dallas. So again, that's their only hope because it is in Dallas, and the Cowboys don't know how to win at home. So that's their only saving grace there. But as far as a mental edge,
unless it's the Giants, that's when they beat them.
You're right. The Giants can't beat nobody, but we'll talk about that on the underdog winners. You know what I mean? But for the players, it's not a must win for their psyche because they know, hey, this whole season we're playing with house money. That's like you going to the casino for the first time, you get on the blackjack table and you start running it up. You're like, well, I can lose a few hands because this is y'all money at this point, long as I know when to walk away. And that's what the Eagles didn't do last year. They didn't know when to walk away, and they lost 6 games straight, and also including that playoff game. But they found a way to bounce back. They got paid. They got Saquon, and they ran it back up on the casino again. So the Commanders, this whole season to me, outside of the stats that I had to hear all year, outside of the wins that they've been having, is a trial and error season for them. And right now, the trial's just been going on. They passed their 90 days. I don't know what Peacock's doing. Maybe they found a way to get another email address and keep the trial going because, you get your free weeks or your free months, and that's what they've been doing. But as far as error, they found out like, hey, we need to bolster up some things in the secondary. We're going to move on. But again, if it comes down to that Week 17 game, Decorous, I'm going to Facebook, and you better hope y'all win.
Can I say this? I think the Cowboys game is more of a mental thing. If they lose to the Cowboys and Dallas and get swept by Dallas, I think that's more mentally, like that's a more mental killer than losing to Philly.
For who? Just
For
the Commanders.
The team in general?
Yeah.
I did it separately. I was talking about the fan base and the team. I can see it for the team.
Especially the fan base.
Yeah.
The fan base been going through disarray.
They're gonna be sick in the chats if y'all sweep them. Yeah, they could be sick.
They be all right. The only thing we'll say is y'all ain't make the playoffs.
If y'all sweep them, they might not make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Now that's
they have to win 2 games to make the playoffs. That's the thing.
That would
the Seahawks are right on their heels.
Exactly.
That would be Christmas for me. Nothing would make those Super Bowl expectations. Let's move on. I'm going down the dark hole. All right. So, Carl,
Sir.
you got the gear on.